Philosophy, sociology, or psychology are not rivals.
I shall directly link you, Your Honor.
Objection! This is history, not evidence of today's classrooms.
Ananya, tell us honestly, did these policies also help how you learned in class?
All rise. The court of learning is now in session under Justice Vidya.
Yes, the philosophy was real, but without academic state support, it might not have worked.
I count on your delays when most guys drop out.
All rise. The court of learning is now in session under Justice Vidya.
Be seated. Today's case is officially registered as in the current educational climate, which foundation exerts the strongest shaping influence on education, philosophy, sociology, or psychology. So, each advocate shall present their case, call witnesses, cross-examine, then I shall pronounce the verdict.
Your Honor, philosophy is ready to prove its timeless role.
Objection! Philosophy has been living in the past for too long. Education today is about society and equity.
Objection noted, but overruled. You will each take your turn, Advocate Julia.
With respect, Your Honor, while they argue, may I just remind the court that without psychology, students would probably fall asleep during these speeches.
Order in the court of learning. Let the record show this will not be a boring trial.
Indeed, let us proceed with dignity, but a touch of wit is welcome. Advocate Pragya, you may present your case first.
With your permission, Your Honor, I argue that philosophy has advanced many major reforms to anchor education, especially through aims and values.
Permission granted, Advocate Pragya. You may proceed.
Thank you. Your Honor, there are some examples.
Okay.
Recently, Suar initiative that is launched in April 2025 that aims to strengthen foundational literacy with inclusive and early childhood education. And National Education Policy that is NEP 2020 aims to strengthen foundational literacy and numeracy, holistic development, multilingual instructions and experiential learning. And these are the commitments about what education ought to be. Your Honor, Fakirpal Senapati and prominent Odia novelist advocated Odia medium school. And Gandhiji's slogan that is stressed the dignity of labors. And Western thinker John Dewey that advocated democratic learning. And these are the living proofs that philosophy defines direction.
Objection! This is history, not evidence of today's classrooms.
Order, order. Objection overruled. Historical grounding is admissible as evidences, provided it links to the present. Continue.
Your Honor, I shall directly leave it. So now, I would like to call my advocate, Rana, please from Odisha. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the court of learning?
I do.
So, Pranav, you have completed your school in rural area in Odisha. Am I right?
Yes.
So, Pranav, can you share with us how philosophical aims and values shape your experience?
In my school, the teacher used to be a food stories to teach us respect and honesty. Festivals were discussed in our class. It felt like education was tied with my culture, not just exam.
So, you are saying that these aims and values guided your education beyond rote memorization.
Yes, and the systematica playlist classes made school joyful, not fearful.
Objection, Your Honor. He behaves like a budding philosopher himself.
Objection sustained. But witness may continue. Truth has no age limit. Now the advocates may cross-examine the witness.
Well, while values matter, did not government policies and funding make those practices possible?
Yes, the philosophy was real, but without teacher training and state support, it might not have worked.
And tell us, Pranav, did these play-based activities also help your memory and confidence as a learner?
Definitely, I understood better when we played or dreamed. I was not shy anymore.
Testimony recorded. Advocate Pragya, you may raise your case.
With your permission, Your Honor, I would like to submit that sociology, social context, equity, and policy shapes education most powerfully in our times. Without society scaffolding, education collapses.
Proceed, Advocate Vidya.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would like to present some examples.
Proceed.
Odisha is expanding gender transformative education curriculum throughout government schools, reaching millions of students. This is rooted in gender equity based on social justice. PM3 school schemes. Selected schools are upgraded to serve as ideal schools under NEP 2020. Odisha has many PM3 schools. Surveys of inclusion in higher education in Odisha shows that the state is making efforts to bridge the gap of gender inequalities. Institutions like Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences is providing free education for tribal students, breaking intergenerational poverty. Globally, Finland thrives because its values are rooted in gender and social equity. Now, I would like to call my witness Ananya, a student from Chhattisgarh.
Raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the court of learning?
Yes, I do.
So Ananya, as a student from a low-income background, how has this policy shaped your life?
I come from a village where most girls drop out. But because of the gender equity curriculum, my parents now allow me to attend school regularly. And fortunately, our PMC school also had better toilets and safety, which encouraged more girls to stay.
So you mean to say that this reforms has made a real difference?
Yes, ma'am. Without them, continuing school would have been very hard.
Objection, Your Honor. This witness credits society. Is not society merely enacting these philosophical ideas like equality and justice?
Objection sustained. But let the witness answer.
Yes, ma'am. The ideas came first, but policy gave them life. Without law and support, ideas stay on paper.
Now the advocates may cross-examine the witness. Please.
Ananya, tell us honestly, did these policies also help how you learned in class, or was it just a buildings or assesses?
I think both. Infrastructure mattered, but teacher also used group work and visual aids. So learning methods improved too.
Objection. She is stealing the scientist's thunder.
Overruled. Education is complex. Overlaps are inevitable change. Advocate Julia, you may raise your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So Advocate Manisa, now you present your case.
With permission, Your Honor, I argue that psychology, the science of students' mind, shapes education most powerfully. Without knowing the learner's mind, no philosophy and policy can be succeed.
Permission granted. Proceed, Advocate Pragya.
I would like to give some examples, Your Honor. examples like Odisha's Sisuvatika 2025 emphasizes the play-based, inclusive and developmentally appropriate experience of young children that reflects psychological developmental stages like play, interaction and creativity. Similarly, NEP 2020 focuses on the experientially and child-centered pedagogy, which is a clear nod to educational psychology. Its studies of Odisha shows that teacher competency is a challenge, but NEP 2020 focuses on in-service teacher training program. The interactive gender transformational educational curriculum includes the classroom discussion that require psychological safety, peer sharing and influencing the behaviors and attitudes, not just the rules. Globally, the theories of Jean Piaget and Vygotsky shows that unless we teach the line in cognitive development, learning fails. Now I want to call my witness Mary from Finland.
Raise your hand. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in the court of learning?
I do. So Mary, tell us, in your abroad schooling, how learner-centered method affect you?
So, in my school, teachers encourage project-based learning, group discussion, and allow mistakes as a part of learning. That gave me confidence. I learned to think, not just to memorize.
So it was a method of teaching, not just lofty aims or social policies. Did this make learning effective?
Exactly. Even when schools had similar aims, it was the methods, both formative assessment and collaborative tasks, that really made the difference.
Objection, Your Honor. Surely without social equity, like resources and access, these psychological methods would collapse.
Objection sustained. Mary, please clarify.
You are right, Julia. I had access to technology and resources. Many students elsewhere don't. But when access exists, it is the psychology that turns it into learning.
Objection, Your Honor. Isn't it true? Even these teaching methods, guided by philosophical vision like creativity and global citizenships?
Order, order. Objection sustained. Witness, respond.
Yes, Prabhu. The philosophy was there, but methods translated vision into practice. Without methods, philosophy stays in the clouds.
Objection, Your Honor. Psychologists try to grab all the credit.
Overruled. Let every pillar claim its weight. Continue. Advocate Manisha, you may raise yours. After hearing the testimonies and arguments, I now deliver my verdict. But before that, let us weigh the claims once more.
Your Honor, without aims and values, education is a ship without compass.
Objection, Your Honor. A compass is useless if the ship itself is broken. Society builds the ship.
Objection noted, but overruled. Philosophy's compass and sociology's seeds both matter.
Your Honor, even with a ship and a compass, if the sailor does not know how to row, if learner's mind is ignored, then the journey fails.
Objection. Psychology is overlasting its role.
Overruled. Every learner must be heard. Let us not silence the oarsman. Philosophy defines the aims. Odisha Sisuvatika NEP 2020 show this. Sociology ensures equity and structure. Gender transformative curricula and PM Street School testify. Psychology gives life to methods. Project-based learning, bilingual teaching, child-centered pedagogy prove this.
So, is there any real winner, Your Honor?
Objection to the very question. Overruled. In education, no single pillar dominates. The Court of Learning rules that philosophy, sociology and psychology are not rivals but partners. Education collapses if one stands without others. Philosophy gives purpose, Sociology ensures justice and psychology makes learning effective. So, together they form the tripod of true education. The quote is adjourned.
ମାନେ ସେ କଣ ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ମାନେ ସେଟା କହିଲେ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ କଲା ନା ଜଣେ ଗଲେ ସେଠି ତମେ ଜାଣିବ ତମେ କ୍ଲିୟର ହେଇଯିବ